Janice, one lawmaker I spoke with says the problems patients have been facing have grown over time, and the law brought forth by Democrats and Republicans is the first step to fixing them. With the governor's signature, the Healthcare Protection Act outlaws insurance practices that are considered predatory.
The reforms in this bill will mean the difference between, suffering with curable health conditions and getting the care that they need in a timely manner. And for some, this bill will quite literally save their lives.
It forces insurance companies to be transparent with their coverage. It prohibits pre-authorization from inpatient mental health services and bans insurance companies from using step therapy, a tactic which requires and only covers less effective medication and treatment methods for a patient, contrary to a doctor's first recommendation.
The provider has done their homework, has done their education, and they know what's going to be best for that particular person. And then to have an insurance company be the barrier to that and require certain steps is just a detriment.
Republican Representative William Howder was a House sponsor for the bill. He thinks it's not a partisan issue and is a good start.
We're tired of this. We're tired of the pre-authorization abuse. We're tired of the step therapy. We're tired of the networks that aren't adequate for the patients that you need to take care of or need to cover.
The law goes into effect January 1st, 2025. Governor Pritzker says this change takes power from insurance companies and puts it back into the hands of patients and doctors.